Without further ado, I'm going to bring up your first performer for the evening. This is a young man. I'm really impressed with him. He's worked at the Stand Up and Learn program, also with Kids in Comedy in New York City. He's kind of this is kind of a big debut for him, and we've gone over his material. He's written it all himself. He's rehearsed it himself, and let's check him out. His name is Sam Kroin. How about a hand for Sam Kroin? Do you want the mic or the stand? Oh, you need a stool?
No, it's fine. Okay. Hello, I am Sam. I'm representing Stand Up and Learn. It's a great program. Join. Well, I guess get your kids to join. It'd be kind of weird if you guys joined. But yeah, I've been performing for a couple of years now. I've been performing on Zoom for the last year and a half. This is actually my first performance live in a year and a half. But I kind of wasn't expecting it. Like, I've been so used to just people only seeing the top half of my body. I threw out most of my nice shorts. I actually stole these from my cousin Brandon. I don't know what you got. And by the way, Lululemon, really? Got me looking like the cover of Nantucket out here. So yeah, when I was little, I wanted to try and play a lot of sports. You know, I saw these sports movies that like Little Giants, Mighty Ducks, The Sandlot. They make kids' sports look so cool. You know, like sure the team might be bad at first, but they get it together and they win the big game. So I thought if I played sports, it'd be just like that. I saw the Karate Kid, joined a dojo, chopped a few fake boards in half, thought I was the man. I was not. Quit that, quit a few other things. Eventually settled on soccer, the perfect sport for a frail Jewish kid. And let me tell you, my team was terrible. We sucked. Nobody knew how to lift the ball off the ground. Nobody passed. Only like 2 or 3 kids knew how to flop. It was awful. I think we might have been the worst sports team ever assembled. And that comes seriously from me, because I am a Jets fan. Yeah, you're all laughing because you're all Patriots fans. Yeah. Guess what? It's over. Tommy Boy's gone. Welcome to mediocrity. Come on in. The water's fine. So yeah, my team was bad. But, you know, I thought just like in all those movies, we'd get better and we'd win the big game. Played our first game. Nope. No. Lost 15-0. And let me tell you, no amount of orange slices was going to fix that one. And that really opened my eyes. I'm like, wow, this whole soccer thing is really stupid. It's just a kids program. And I started realizing all the dumb things about it. First of all, there were like 25 different teams in this thing, and they organized us by like these colored shirts. And by the way, there was way too many teams. They ran out of colors. They'd be like, you're playing burnt sienna this week. But kids would take like this shirt segregation really seriously. They'd be like, I'm on blue team. If you're wearing red, you're my enemy. I'm like, calm down, Steven. Don't get all gang warfare on me. Like, we've been playing for 2 weeks. This isn't a turf war. This is the AstroTurf war, if anything. Yeah, and the next thing is, like, all these kids, they were so obsessed. They took it so seriously. I'm like, we're 8, man. What are you doing? Like, my friend Will, I'm like, Will, you want to come over and play? He's like, nah, I can't. I gotta go pick up cones early for the soccer practice. I'm like, why? He's like, I got to impress the coach or he'll not play. He won't play me. And I do, dude, your dad is the coach. But the worst were these kids who would be super try-hard and they'd steal the ball from their own team. They'd never pass it. Like, who are you trying to impress in the 10-person crowd made up solely of our parents? Like, what do you think? You're going to score a goal on the guy crying in the corner and some guy in the crowd's going to be like, hey, FC Barcelona, we got our guy. Yeah, so a few weeks ago, I was just settling down normal Tuesday evening, trying to find something on TV. I found this show called The Masked Singer. For those of you who don't know, it's a reality show originating from Japan, the same country that brought us other great reality shows such as Slippery Stairs, Catch the Chicken, and Man Eats Spaghetti in a Dryer. I actually watched that last one. It is exactly what you think it is. Basically, on The Masked Singer, they have these B and C list celebrities. They dress them up in ridiculous costumes, and they make them sing. And if they lose, they have to take off their mask, and you freak out because you're like, oh, I've seen that man on the TV before. But what I didn't know when I started watching this is that it was only B and C list celebrities. I thought there could have been superstars on here. So they were given hints as to who it is. They're like, this person's in music. And I'm like, oh my God, is it Taylor Swift? They're like, multiple best-selling albums. I'm like, is it Kanye? Person takes off their mask, and I'm like, oh, it's David Hasselhoff. And I don't have anything against David Hasselhoff necessarily, but I don't think I would recognize him unless he was wearing a shirt that said, I am David Hasselhoff on it. But you know what? Like, what was I really expecting? Like, who's going to be on this show? Like, on any reality show, the contestants have to be less famous than the judges, which means that whoever's on this has to be less famous than Ken Jeong. And, like, I feel like I'm more famous than Ken Jeong. So that leaves you with, like, a very small group of people. You know, you got, like, Matt Damon's stunt double, the ugly Hemsworth, and that one guy who was on Saved by the Bell in 1997, and it's kind of just been from there. Like really, it's like Brad Pitt sitting in his house. He's like, yeah, I got money, wealth, fame, all that. But you know what my childhood dream was? To be an octopus astronaut on The Masked Singer for 3 weeks. That seems like a great way to spend my February. What a scam. But you know what? I really did like The Masked Singer after all that. So maybe I should check to see if Man Eats Spaghetti in a Dryer has gotten a primetime deal yet. So me and my family were in Chicago a few weeks ago, and we visited this sculpture called The Bean. It's actually not called The Bean, it's called the Cloud Gate, and it was made by this guy called Anish Kapoor, who's really mad that everyone calls it The Bean. And, you know, like, I get that. Like, if I worked on something for 5 years and some guy just walked up to it all of a sudden, he's like, that looks like a bean, and my whole thing was ruined. But you know what? The more I looked into this Anish Kapoor guy, I realized he's like your typical art loser. Like, and he just like does a bunch of annoying stuff. Like, there was this new color that got made called Vanta Black, which is just like a darker version of black, which in itself is like kind of weird. Like, I thought the black that we had now was fine. Like, was there really some guy who's like, yeah, you know the black we have now? I want a black version of that. You know, I want to see less than nothing. But yeah, this Anish Kapoor guy, he goes and he buys the rights to Vanta Black. So he owns it. No other artist can use it. But the thing with Vanta Black is it's like chemically unstable, like burn your eyes off type of chemically unstable. But he's the only one that can use it, which angered a lot of people in the art community, including this guy Stuart Semple, who is my hero. If you look up on Google, Anish Kapoor arch rival, Stuart Semple comes up. What this guy does, he's an artist, but he also makes paints. He makes pigments. He made this thing called Black 2.0, which is exactly the same color as Vanta Black, but without like the burning your eyebrows off part. And he makes it available to everyone in the world, except Anish Kapoor. It's so petty. You know what? I went on the website to try to buy this Black 2.0, and on the bottom of the website, it was a checkbox that said, please check to confirm that you are not Anish Kapoor. And I like that that stops him. I like that he's like, oh, time to get some Black 2.0. Finally, he gets that. He's like, next time. It's so petty, and I love it. Like, this Stuart Semple guy has all the talent in the world, and he just uses it to screw with this one other guy. Yeah, so I think COVID's sort of over, kind of, which means that I could finally go outside, which introduced me to my old friend, allergies. I walked outside right away, got smacked in the face with pollen, and I said, you know what, maybe quarantine's not so bad after all. But allergies, it's a big deal, especially peanut allergies. And people in the older generations, they don't seem to like think peanut allergies are a big deal. They're like, yeah, just get over it, man up. But like, it's a big deal. And to me, it is a big deal specifically because peanuts could take out like 75% of my social circle. Like, I don't want to have to make new friends. Seriously, why is my friend Henry, he's very allergic to peanuts. He's actually he's trying to eat more and more fragments of a peanut each day to build up resistance, sort of like a peanut strength and conditioning program. You know, like if he eats it and he's fine, a success. You know, if he eats it and he starts throwing up on the floor, less of a success. But, you know, he's up to 1/32 of a peanut now, so, you know, he's really making some good progress. But seriously, why as a society are we still eating peanuts? They hurt like 50% of us. And for some people, it's so deadly that like, you don't even have to eat it for it to hurt you. It just has to be in like the same room. Like at least the bullet has like a chutzpah to actually hit you. Like for some people, all a peanut has to do is give them so much as a dirty glare and they're down for the count. But these peanut companies, they don't seem to care that what they're producing can be considered a deadly bioweapon. Like, they try to advertise it like it's this great thing with the stupid Mr. Peanut. Like, imagine if you're allergic to peanuts. That guy is the devil to you. Like, you're on the ground, like dying, like you're throwing up or whatever, and you look up and there's that Mr. Peanut with his stupid top hat and monocle, like, you were a hard nut to crack. Like, that's the stuff of nightmares. But people who eat peanut butter love it. Like they care so much about people who are allergic to peanut butter actually wanting to eat it. They created sun butter, which is like peanut butter's less cool cousin, so that people who are allergic to it can have a chance to eat it. But sun butter sucks. It's like sun butter is to peanut butter what Ringo is to the Beatles. Clearly the worst, yet somehow sticking around the longest. All right, well, that's my time, guys. I have a soccer practice tomorrow, and I got to get out of these damn shorts.
Stay out a second. Stay out a second. Sam Kroin! Good stuff. I was not doing that at his age, I'll tell you that. Great job, Sam. Thanks, pal.